Look at this venue. What a remark. And it's Nigel the Roy Jones Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds.
Well, I hope you brought your sunscreen. You're going to need it as we have our main event underneath the bright sun. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. They miss with the jab. The left hook can't miss. Punch, counter punch. Considering we're outside in this sold-out arena, it almost feels like the Roman Colosseum and two gladiators going at it.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. One to cool you down, one to ice you back, one to give you instructions in your head, and one to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Perfect counter shot. And he scores with the counter. When are we going to see a jab from these two? A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. Well, there's the bell for round 2. Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
With sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm because this is how they train. This is how they prepare for a fight. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Can't find a home for that jab. They exchange punches. Misses with the jabs. Gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Ben in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell sometime.
There's the bell to start round 3. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's gonna pop you off.
Straight right just misses. Good counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. Defense is not an option for these two. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Beautiful counter punch. In that last round. And a round that seemed like switch on. There's the bell for round 4. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Defense with that left jab. Nigel Benn has been rocked. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone out.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Can the Dark Destroyer get out of this dark place? I don't believe what we're seeing here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
They are giving us a high-tempo show. Good counter. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. In that last round. What would you tell? Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Destroyer now in a very dark place. Nigel Benn overwhelmed with power, and down he goes. And as we see it again in slow motion, there's no doubt that body punch right there buckled him.
You're right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision.
Whoa, hold on a second, Johnny. Oh, no. Nigel Benn in big trouble. And right, did you see that? Can the Dark Destroyer get out of the Dark Destroyer goes down. Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Look at this corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the cap.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. His legs are gone, but somehow... Let's start the 6th. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face. Wow, so the referee is not going to stop it and the fight continues. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. How about that time counter shot? Big whiff with the right hook. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter shot. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so...
Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Talk about getting that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fighter wished it was 10 minutes after being dropped. Round 7, here we go. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How'd you come back from something like that? Look, and twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Nigel Benn has been rocked. Looks like trouble was averted.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? The Dark Destroyer now in a very dark place. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see more jabs. That counter punch caught him clean. Didn't land that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talking about winning that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout. There's the bell to start round 8. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. He's sharp.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Oh no, Nigel Benn in big trouble. Heavy shots, and Nigel Benn goes down. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands of